This is serious, and if you're somebody that holds to the belief of once saved, always saved, then you're going to have to contend for this verse in Hebrews chapter 10 and verse 26. It reads, "For if we sin willfully after having received the knowledge of the truth, there remains no longer a sacrifice for sins, but a certain fearful expectation of judgment and fiery indignation which will devour the adversaries." So the author of Hebrews makes it very clear. If after initial justification, you do not overcome, and instead you go into a lifestyle sin that is unrepentant, and you go to your grave like that, it's not saying that you can't repent and turn back to Christ, but there remains no longer a sacrifice for sins for you because you went into unrepentant sin, lifestyle sin, and you never repented. Well, you just insulted the Spirit of grace, and you trampled on the cross of Christ. And the context here, stick with me, is even more important, because at the end, he says, "But we are not those who draw back to perdition, but of those who believe to the saving of the soul." So listen, don't go back. He's warning them here.
Wrong, wrong, wrong. Wrong, 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 wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong.
All right, so let's start at the beginning. Let's go with verse 1. "The law having a shadow of good things to come, and not the very image of the things, can never with those sacrifices which they offered year by year, continually making the comers thereunto perfect. For then would they have ceased to be offered, because that the worshippers, once purged, should have no more conscience of sin. But in those sacrifices there is a remembrance again made of sin every year." Verse 4, this is the most important verse of this for you to understand the context. "For it is not possible that the blood of bulls and goats should take away sins." I'm going to skip verse 5. Y'all can read that on your own. I'll put it on the screen. You can pause it and read it. But let's go to verse 6. "In the burnt offerings of sacrifices for sin, there has had no pleasure." So this is God saying that he had no pleasure in them doing that. Let's skip down to verse 10. It says, "By the which will we are sanctified through the offerings of the body of Jesus Christ once for all." That's it. He's saying once for all. There's no other sacrifices that need to be made.